Hello, my name is Swati Negi. Welcome to my LifePage. Today I'm going to talk about earth architecture. But before that, let me introduce myself. I studied Bachelor's of Architecture from Pune University, Sinhgad College of Architecture. And after that, I started my professional practice at Auroville Earth Institute. I worked there for about 2.5 years. And after that, I hit the road and I traveled for some time. And I worked with different masons, with different skill sets, with natural building techniques. And I mostly worked in the higher Himalayan regions of Spiti, Ladakh, Uttarakhand, Nepal. In 2017, September, I came to Dehradun and I joined DIT University as a visiting faculty, teaching alternative construction techniques as a specialization. And besides that, I've been working as a freelance architect, mainly working with different natural building techniques. Earth architecture is a blanket term used to describe many different techniques. There are about 12 different earth architecture techniques which are practiced all over the world. In the regions of Uttarakhand and higher Himalayan regions, you will see a lot of sun-dried bricks, rammed earth, cob, and stone construction. And within earth architecture, there are many different natural building techniques which are practiced, which include wood, stone, lime, etc. By saying earth architecture, we are essentially talking about buildings which are built using the locally available resources which can be procured from your site or from your vicinity of a diameter of about 5 kilometers from your location. And that's the beauty of this technique, that you're using the materials which are easily available. So in architecture, one needs to first of all have a very strong basic knowledge of structures. One needs to know how the loads of a building are transferred. In earth architecture, we mainly work with load-bearing construction. So one needs to understand the physics of a material and how the loads are transferred and how the spans are covered. And that's the first requirement of in terms of education. In earth architecture, as in any other architecture or design field, one needs to have a very strong hold on understanding and execution of design. So you need to know whom you're building for and what kind of spaces they require, and how one can translate a drawing from paper to reality. The primary motivation behind becoming an earth architect must be the want to work towards an ecologically sustainable future. You're working with locally available resources. You're not using any toxic materials to build your structures. You're concerned about the health and safety of the masons and also of the people who are going to inhabit those spaces. So for example, when we build a structure with mud, our first concern is procurement of material. So in this case, if you need mud to work with, then first you have to make sure that you have enough available resources. That resource can be extracted from your land itself. So you can do that by building a rainwater harvesting tank, or say a grey water filtration tank, or a septic tank, or a basement. So that's the land that you already have, and you're extracting your material from that, and then you further go on to use that same material to build your structure. And that's the sustainable aspect of this field, that you're not exploiting the natural resources and you're utilizing the resources available. The challenges is that there is no one particular institute where you can acquire the skills to be an earth architect. There are a few institutes which are namely Crater, which is in France, and there's Cal-Earth in America, and other than that there are other institutes in India, but they are more of NGOs and independent institutions. They are not educational institutions as such. So if you want to develop your skill as an earth architect, you have to put in a lot of effort from your own side and work with different organizations which are practicing these skills. And there's a lot of self-study that is involved in the process. So on a typical day when I have a construction site going on, I wake up in the morning at 7 o'clock. I have my breakfast, do my morning chores. I hit the site by about 8:30. The first half an hour is spent in briefing of the masons and allotting the different work tasks. And after that, there's a lot of involvement from my side on the site. So I literally work with the masons on the construction site, and I do that. I also try to involve students from colleges, and because this is a labor intensive technique, the more helping hands you have, the cheaper your building is going to become. So if you can invite your relatives to help you out, or if you can invite other people who are interested in understanding about the construction, then your building cost is going to go down. So I involve myself in a lot of awareness programs, just inviting people on site, telling them about what we are doing, and then giving them a taste of how it can be done. So this would generally go on during the first half of the day till say 1 o'clock, and then I have a lunch break of 1 hour, and then we continue working till 5 o'clock. And yeah, that's about it. That's the construction on site. And then whatever paperwork needs to be done, that I continue working into the night, say till 8 o'clock or so. I prefer to have my own personal time, and I generally end my day, my professional day, by 8 o'clock. I hope I have given you a balanced view about earth architecture. Thank you.